Hi everybody, Michelle here, and I'm feeling much better than I was. My family is getting over the flu now. It was pretty horrible. We were all very, very sick. Richard and I, myself, we originally thought that we had food poisoning. It was that bad. But we're all much better now, and I even walked to work this morning. I'll be walking in again tomorrow. Um, I have been losing a little bit of weight, which is great. So I think that my thyroid medication is finally right on track, and that has been a huge boon for me. I'm actually wearing a pair of pants today that are quite loose, and that's fantastic to me. I've lost about 10 pounds now, and that's just from eating a little bit healthier, and I'm walking a lot more. I'm walking 3 to 4 times a week. But I think that it also has a lot to do with my thyroid medication because even back in Washington when I was walking 6 miles a day, my thyroid medication wasn't correct and I wasn't losing any weight no matter what I did. So today I wanted to talk a little bit. I had mentioned wanting to talk about the dietary issues. And when I was sick, I had mentioned that I just discovered that I am having an allergy to peanuts as well. Not an I'm saying allergy, wrong term. Intolerance, I'm going to say, because I haven't developed anaphylactic shock. I am allergic to morphine, and that causes me to stop breathing, and I know what that is like. It is horrible. I do not like that experience. You can't move your lungs, and that's a horrible, horrible thing to go through. I have an intolerance to peanuts and peanut-related items, I will say, as well as dairy. The peanuts and the dairy do exactly the same thing to me. Within about 30 minutes of eating anything that's dairy or peanut, my stomach starts gurgling enough that people can hear it across the room, and I'm immediately sick in the restroom. So I have cut those things out, and it's been a little bit difficult because there's milk and peanuts hidden in so many things that you don't even think about. Oh my gosh. If you need to be sick, develop one of these allergies because it's so difficult to find anything that doesn't have it in it. I actually was eating a lot of brown rice with soy sauce and just a little bit of margarine to get myself kind of back to flatline, and come to find out that soy sauce has milk protein in it. So I switched to tamari, and that's better. I also have an intolerance to gluten, but if I cut out gluten, I won't be able to eat anything. So I'm just going to have a runny nose for the rest of my life, but at least I won't feel so bad in my stomach, right? So people with fibro, I think that we tend to have more intolerances and we have more like gastro problems. I know that I've had them for years and years and years, and I may have had these intolerances for years and years. I know I definitely did have dairy issues prior to this. Years ago, I had dairy issues. I cut it out for quite a while, and then I was able to reintroduce it. So I thought I was fine. Turns out, obviously not. And I think that we tend to not eat the best for our bodies. Now, I talked about the fact that I tend to eat better than a lot of people I know. I've talked to people. There was this one gentleman that I met years ago. I met him in Ording, Washington, and he actually said, "I don't eat vegetables." And I was floored by that statement. I cannot imagine going through my life not eating vegetables. Most of what I eat are vegetables and whole things because I like eating that way. It makes me feel better, and I just like the taste. I like the flavors. Today, my lunch was this. I didn't know what to do because I'm just kind of running out of ideas right now until I can build up my pantry for dairy-free and peanut-free. But I had some brown rice that I made yesterday. I'm like, well, I can't have soy sauce, and I didn't have any tamari. So I took some super salad, which is just a bunch of kale and cabbage and a little bit of onion and things like that. It's supposed to be eaten cold, but I just heated it all up together in a bowl and ate it. It was actually really good. It was like cabbage rice slaw. I don't even know what but anyway, it was really good. And I like to eat that way. I prefer that. I think it's really, really healthy. Makes me feel good. And I had mentioned before, if I chose to eat the way sometimes we want to eat, that comfort food, I'd be huge. Because you know what? I got to tell you, there's sometimes I would love to sit and eat Twinkies. I would love to sit and eat 10 gallons of ice cream. I would love to sit and eat bags of potato chips. But I don't think I'd feel super great afterwards. It sounds good in the moment, right? I'd love to eat pizza and pasta for days and days and days. I don't think it's a good thing for us to give in to those cravings. I was really excited that Haagen-Dazs came out with a dairy-free ice cream alternative thing. They have an amazing one too, by the way. Dark chocolate salted truffle. Oh my gosh, if you have, even for people who can eat dairy, it is amazing. Delicious. Best thing I've ever had by Haagen-Dazs, and I love their stuff, believe me. So anyway, I think that those of us that have fibro with these gastro issues, we need to be a lot more careful. And I think reintroducing little things into our diets can really be beneficial. So like the guy in Ording who said, I don't eat vegetables. And he was serious. He didn't eat vegetables at all, ever. Just meat and potatoes and stuff like that. Well, okay, potato is a vegetable. So I kind of guess he was getting that one in. But that was it. Phenomenal to me. I told him, I'll just never forget going, you're going to die because it's so unhealthy. It's like the strangest thing to me to not put vegetables into your body. But he just had a huge issue with anything that was green. It's amazing to me. But putting little bits into your diet, I think, can make a huge difference. So I know for my family, it's really important to me that when I make a meal, it has to be balanced out. It's not just a steak and a potato. My family has to have a vegetable. There has to be grains. There needs to be protein, grains, and vegetables. More vegetables than less vegetables. It's really important to me. So every meal has salad or a vegetable. When I make soups, they all have vegetables in them. We're really big on, I like stir fries because they're great for you. And like I said, the salads, huge. I do a lot of that. And every single meal has some component from, each little bit. And as the years have gone on, I've done more and more of the vegetables because as the kids get older, they'll eat more. When they're young, all they want is chicken nuggets and French fries. It's really, really hard to slip a carrot in, right? But as they get older, it's much easier to have them eating those healthy things. So introducing little bits into your diet, like putting vegetables in, very, very easy way to help balance things out digestively, right? So I know the first thing that's going to happen, when you do this, if you don't eat a lot of vegetables and whole grains and things, you may start to feel a little bit sick at first. That's normal. You may have gastro upset. And again, that's totally and completely normal. You have to let your body get acclimated to it. When I was eating whole grains, really, really, when I was like a size 6, I ate about 10 to 20 grams of whole grains every single day just to keep myself feeling good because I eat so much of it. And I was really, really super high on that spectrum. Now I'm definitely going to say it's way less than that, but I do, like I make myself Bob's oatmeal in the morning, the organic rolled oats. I make those with just a little topping, maybe some apples, raisins, things like that. Little maple syrup and brown sugar, real maple brown sugar. And I make those homemade myself. And that's something that I can do that's actually really, really super healthy. And that's an idea for people who want to integrate some whole grains into their diet. Using Dave's Killer Bread, awesome way to get some whole grains into your diet. Simple thing like whole wheat tortillas rather than white tortillas, brown rice rather than white rice. Little things like that are going to put those whole grains into your diet really, really quick for you, get you acclimated into eating those again, especially if you've taken a break from them, or if you're introducing them, fresh. Those are easy ways to do it. And you could have toast with peanut butter. If you did 2 pieces of Dave's Killer Bread, I think it's 10 grams right there. So you've got your wheat right there. So that's a really, really great way to do it. It's really important to get those in and start eating healthy, especially if you have fibro. And people who don't have fibro, oh my gosh, still important to eat healthy and put those into your body. But you will notice your tummy will be happier after you get acclimated. I promise you, there is that period where your body's got to get used to it. But after that, I promise you'll be happy. And then we can talk a little bit more about, cutting out things. As you start to put those things in, you may still feel sick. And then, like I noticed with the dairy and the peanuts, oh my gosh, there was no mistaking when I was getting sick. It took a little while, but there was no mistaking after I put 2 and 2 together what was causing it. It was every single time I ate it. So the other thing that I've actually started to cut out is coffee. And I'm a Starbucks girl. I love Starbucks. I would stay all day at Starbucks just for the smell of it, right? But I've had to cut way, way back on my coffee because of the fact that I'm noticing I get sick after having too much of it in the morning. So I've had to cut that way back. And I'm drinking a lot of green tea, which is, I think, much better for you anyway, because you burn, metabolically, you burn about 25% more calories when you're on green tea. So if you're going to go for a walk, have green tea. That supposedly helps you burn more calories. So that's a little bit about diet with fibromyalgia. Just up those veggies, up those whole grains. Try to eat whole rather than grabbing a chocolate covered granola bar. Have a handful of almonds if you can have almonds. Grab a little trail mix. Do something non-processed. And trail mix that you make yourself, really, really easy. It's really good. My family likes that stuff. There's a lot of alternatives and things that I've done pretty much for as long as I can remember are things that are going to be really beneficial to me now, with the fibro, as I'm learning more, like I said. So I think that's all of my thoughts for right now. There's a lot more I want to talk about, but I will, pace myself here. Tomorrow I would really, really like to talk about my journey and what I've kind of gone through over the past 10 years and why I think that fibro, has affected my body like it has. So as far as today goes, I hope that you have a blessed day and love and light.